Welcome to the tutorial for the FY18 budget template. Through this tutorial, you will learn the new features of the budget template and how to populate it correctly. Let's get started. The proposed budget template is an Excel spreadsheet that will be sent to you by the accounting team if it hasn't already. Be sure to enable editing and content as well as click continue to any prompts. You will see 5 or 6 tabs on your template: Summary, Salary Expenses, Curricula, Subcontractors, Expenses, and Agency Info. You will not have a subcontract tab if your county does not have a subcontractor, in which case you will only have 5 tabs. The first tab you will see is the Summary tab. This tab will show your county's budgets from previous fiscal years, summed by budget category, along with the current year's budget. You may notice some pre-populated numbers in the FY18 column. These are based on FY17 expenses and will change as you update the other tabs of the spreadsheet. At the bottom of the box, you will see a budget limit. This reflects how much you have available to spend in FY18 and will be the same amount as FY17. You will also see a remaining amount you have left to budget. This is a running total and will change as you populate your budget. This tab is for reference only and you will not need to populate any fields on it. To begin, go to the Salaries tab. This tab will be pre-populated with current existing payroll information for your county. In this tab, you will notice some columns highlighted in blue. This signals a formula that cannot be overwritten. Any white cells can be edited. This tab is where you can denote any changes to any current employee information or add new employee information to any blank lines. There are a couple things to keep in mind when changing employee information. First, the annual salary column is required to be an annual salary, even if the employee is hourly. Hourly rates based on their annual salary will be listed in column T. Annual salary must be the current salary for existing employees or the projected salary for vacant personnel lines. Merit raises cannot be included for existing employees because there's no cost basis. Second, when you see boxes turn red, it means that it is required for you to fill them out. All new positions should be added under the existing positions. Start by entering position name and title, FTE, percentage SNAP-Ed, and the percentage breakdown of admin versus direct hours. The UA labor code column will give a pop-up box showing what each drop-down list option stands for. Choose the one that describes the employee being added. 9 or 12 refers to how many months of the year they will be working. If they will only work during the academic year, select 9. If they work every month of the fiscal year, select 12. The comments section may have comments from accounting regarding staff that were added for SNAP-Ed that were not previously budgeted. Please read these notes carefully and follow the directions. Call accounting if you have any questions. If you want to remove a current employee, change the UA FTE to 0 and the percent effort to 0 as well. Do not try to change the order of existing employees as it will throw off the information on the Agency Info tab, which pre-populates its information from this tab. The next tab to complete is the Curricula tab. As with the last tab, any changes can be made in the white cells. This tab will be pre-populated with the previous year's approved information. If you make any changes to this tab, be sure that it still reflects your approved work plan or any changes that you will be making to your work plan for the current year. The next tab will be the Subcontract tab. You may not have this tab if your county does not have a subcontractor. If you do, it will be pre-populated with the previous year's approved information. Please work with accounting on this tab if necessary. The next tab is the Expenses tab. 100% of all of your budgeted expenses will be reflected on this tab. You will notice that the rows highlighted in orange already have numbers populated in them. These pull from the numbers you entered in the previous tabs. This section on the top is a recap of spending and will update as new expenses are entered. If you see the variance box turn red, something is out of balance. Please contact accounting if this happens. There will also be a recap section of expenses by code over on the right, which is a running total and will update as you make changes. This year, the Expenses tab is much different from years past. There are no drop-down menus and all possible allowable expense classifications are listed. After extensive changes were made to purchasing requirements, it is now required to budget for every item you expect to purchase. To achieve this, the purchase descriptions were changed to be more all-inclusive and to reflect items that are more commonly purchased. You will see specific purchase examples in the long descriptions column for some items. These long descriptions will be used word for word in the budget justification. Keep in mind that a quantity and an amount will be needed for any item that you are budgeting for. If you only enter one, the other will turn red, signaling that you will need to fill it out. Some items will also require a purchase justification in the cells highlighted in yellow. However, this will only need to be filled out if you are budgeting for that item. If budgeting for overnight lodging, make sure to fill out both number of employees staying overnight and number of nights lodging. The last tab to fill out is the Agency Info tab. The Agency Info tab has been populated with the position descriptions from FY17 for previously budgeted personnel lines. Staff that were hired in FY17 that did not have their own personal line from the FY17 budget may or may not have a position description filled in. Please review this section carefully and call accounting if you have any questions. The position description will be reviewed by AZNN for its connection to the work plan. If you need assistance ensuring the connection is clear, please contact your regional coordinator or Lauren McCullough. Once you have filled in all the information for your county, you will notice the numbers in the Summary tab will be filled in according to what you have budgeted. Your overall goal is to budget for every penny that is available. Make sure the remaining to be budgeted is under by less than $1 before turning the spreadsheet in. This concludes the tutorial on the proposed budget worksheet. If you have any questions, contact the accounting team.